Welcome back to This Kid's Opinion, and today I'm sharing my vision for Avengers Doomsday. Think of this as an application to Marvel for writing the film. This is a really ambitious story, reimagining Tony Stark as a dark variant, the iconic Marvel villain Doctor Doom. So let's dive into my version of Avengers Doomsday. The origin of Iron Doom. In this alternate timeline, everything begins to unravel for Tony Stark during the first Iron Man movie. Instead of surviving the ambush alone, Rhodey is a part of the convoy and he dies in the attack. So this tragedy changes Tony forever. He still becomes Iron Man, but with a darker, more bitter outlook on the world. Over the next films, he experiences the same events as the Tony we know. He goes through the Battle of New York. He creates Ultron. The Sokovia Accords happen in Civil War, and also Thanos' arrival. However, this Tony creates Ultron successfully instead of having Ultron go rogue, and he believes that it will protect the world and put a pseudo armor around it. However, Ultron still fails when it matters most against Thanos in Infinity War. And then in Avengers Endgame, things take a devastating turn. Pepper Potts is among those blipped, meaning Tony never marries her or has a daughter with her. And by the time Tony lashes out at Steve and the Avengers, his anger and paranoia are amplified. With no loved ones and no successful solution, he decides to not help build the time machine that Ant-Man, Captain America first proposed. Instead, he pursues a new idea, multiversal travel. Tony builds a multiversal device seeking a timeline where he can reclaim everything he's lost. The rise of Iron Doom. In 2019, Tony leaves his timeline. He dives into learning the mystic arts from the Ancient One instead of Stephen Strange. He perfects his technology with vibranium that he got from Claw, and he rebuilds Ultron as an army of Doombots. And then to complete his transformation, Tony designs a new suit, the iconic Doctor Doom armor. Tony eventually discovers a small nation called Latveria that accepts his rule. Here he becomes a dictator, ruling with an iron fist. Okay, that was a pretty good joke. You guys got to give me that one. But he wants to finally achieve peace. But this peace comes at a price. His actions trigger an incursion, a catastrophic event where universes collide and begin to collapse. The TVA steps in. At the TVA, B-15 notices this massive incursion and realizes Doom's actions could destroy countless other universes. Since Loki became the god of stories, he allowed every timeline to exist, so the TVA no longer prunes branches. However, Doom's actions create an unprecedented threat that could end everything. The TVA confronts Doom, warning him of the consequences of his actions, but Doom, unwilling to surrender his dream world, lashes out the TVA. He steals the Tempad and wipes out the entire TVA except for B-15. B-15, out of desperation to save her own life, tells Doom that the multiverse is held together by anchor beings, key individuals who exist and stabilizes their own universes. Killing them would cause universes to collapse. And then Doom debates on whether he should compress the multiverse into one singular timeline to end the chaos and incursions. B-15 also reveals that Loki is now the god of stories, basically holding the entire multiverse together at the end of time. So with this new knowledge Doom has attained, he decides to pursue his plan. Doom's new plan. His plan consists of three components. First is targeting Loki to steal his god of stories power. Step 2 is assembling a Dark Avengers team consisting of several multiversal variants that will target the sacred timeline. This right here I think would be a fantastic addition to Avengers Doomsday. I think this lineup should include some evil versions of some Avengers or some normal villains that we haven't seen in a while. First up, Superior Iron Man. Doesn't have to be played by Tom Cruise, but that's always been a fun fan cast for a while. But the budget probably could not afford that. Then next up, Captain Hydra, played by Chris Evans. Magneto, played by Ian McKellen. The Iron Patriot, played by Willem Dafoe. I think this is a really slick one that would definitely throw off a lot of fans, but some comic book fans would definitely recognize this one. Norman Osborn in the comics was Iron Patriot for a bit. I also think you could throw in Maestro Hulk, Strange Supreme from the What If show, Killmonger, Black Panther, played by Michael B. Jordan, and then lastly, Ronin Hawkeye. I think this would be a fantastic lineup to go against the 616 heroes. And forgot to mention, B-15 also revealed that the Sacred Timeline is also another component that holds the entire multiverse together. Without the Sacred Timeline, everything will fall apart. So That's why he's also going to assemble a Dark Avengers lineup that will go after Earth, while Doom is going to go after Loki's power. And step 3 will require him sending his Doombots to other universes, and their goal is to eliminate other anchor beings to help accelerate the death of those universes. His ultimate goal is to destroy all universes and rebuild a single one under his control. But before he attempts to kill B-15, she uses her Tempad to open a portal to the Council of Kings, and he kicks Doom through it. And then realizing the severity of Doom's threat, B-15 contacts Deadpool, Wolverine, Elektra, Gambit, Blade, and X-23 to protect the other universe's anchor beings. And this sets up an exciting cameo-filled sequence. These heroes protect Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield's and Miles Morales' Spider-Man, Edward Norton's Hulk, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, Nick Cage's Ghost Rider, Patrick Stewart's Professor X, and then lastly, maybe another universe of Tom Hardy's Venom where he's still Venom, not like, you know, the Last Stand's Venom. So this will be where we get all of our cameos for this movie, because you got to have some in the multiversal one, but I feel like this would be a fun way to do it. Kind of like Deadpool Wolverine, where Deadpool goes to find other Wolverines. In this case, these heroes are going to try to protect other universes' anchor beings. And then the next part of this movie is the Sacred Battle. On Earth 616, Doom is going to unleash his Dark Avengers to attack the Avengers and destroy the Sacred Timeline. The Dark Avengers are going to consist of previously mentioned iconic villains and variants, while Earth's defenders are going to include, like Sam Wilson's Captain America, Doctor Strange, Wong, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Ant-Man, who else is there? Daredevil, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, heroes like that. And then these heroes are going to struggle against Doom's team, leading to some iconic matchups like Sam Wilson versus Captain Hydra, Shuri versus Killmonger, Doctor Strange versus Superior Strange, and then Hawkeye and Kate Bishop taking on the Ronin version of Hawkeye. Just as all hope seems lost during this battle for the heroes, the multiversal reinforcements arrive. So I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but it's just going to be Gambit, Blade, Elektra, Laura, that are going to be going after the anchor beings. Deadpool Wolverine will be going to protect Loki, but these other heroes from the Deadpool Wolverine movie will be going to defend the anchor beings. And after they save the anchor beings will also agree to help them and go to 616 to battle the Dark Avengers. So the multiversal reformers are going to arrive, including, the Spider-Man trio, Ghost Rider, Ben Affleck's Daredevil, and others. So they will save the day on Earth. And then Doom versus Loki. Meanwhile, Doctor Doom eventually takes out the Council of Kings, finally ending the Jonathan Majors Kang chapter in the MCU. And then Doom's going to travel to the end of time where Loki resides, and he's going to battle Loki and also Deadpool Wolverine there to defend Loki. Loki's powers are going to prove too much, so Doom opens a portal with Thor walking through it, and then Thor's arrival is going to distract Loki, leaving him vulnerable, and Doom is going to steal Loki's God of Story's power, wiping out every single universe except the Void, and the scene goes to black. And then the film ends with Doom transporting everyone, heroes and villains alike, to the Void, now transformed into Battleworld. Doom sits atop of a towering throne, declaring, "In the end, all roads lead here. All power bends my will. Welcome to the one true world, mine." I think that's a banger in line of a movie to me. I think that's how the movie would end. So, yeah, that's my crazy idea for Avengers Doomsday. If you want to hear my sequel pitch for Secret Wars, possibly, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this is a great idea or a terrible one. It's just how I would salvage what the MCU has going right now. This is how I would salvage it. It's not a Secret Wars story I would personally write, but it's what I would do with the current MCU. So either way, I'm just a kid, and this is my opinion.